Edward Snowden was a senior advisor to the NSA and saw the activities that were happening behind the scenes. He felt a moral obligation to show the world that the government was spying on individuals and lying about it. The three things I'm going to talk about are the relationship between privacy and democracy, the author's premise and whether or not I agree with it, and my reaction to how the various media outlets covered Snowden's leaks about the NSA spying on the average American citizen. The relationship between democracy and privacy is non-existent. We know that now thanks to Snowden and his team of journalists. If you're talking about democracy in the United States, then privacy has no reason to be in the conversation. To explain this better, I'm going to talk about the four main stories that Snowden and his team came up with to publish. The first story is on the government's PRISM program. This program allowed the government to access all servers of major electronic and online companies to look into people's private life with no reason of suspicion or warrant. It has been revealed that the government's goal is, and I quote, the total elimination of electronic privacy everywhere. This means that there is no relationship between democracy and privacy. People have become fearful of who is watching what they are doing. The second leak was on the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. This revealed that the court ordered Verizon Wireless to turn over all phone records to the NSA. The third leak revealed that the government was eavesdropping on people's private calls without having any warrants. The final leak was on Boundless Informant. This meant that the government, specifically the NSA, can track people at all times. This explains how privacy cannot survive in democracy. All of that being said leads us right to the writer's premise. The main premise is that the government has violated people's privacy, which leads to control and fear. The government has a responsibility to protect its citizens, and instead they are abusing their power and violating rights. Yes, I agree. If I know I'm being watched, I behave differently. I am not doing anything immoral or unethical, but if I know someone is watching me, my search history, etc., I feel fearful. This goes against what the United States claims we have for freedom. What I also find scary is they're just not even lying about what they're doing. They're lying about why they're doing it. They say it's for terrorism, but really it's been found to be for economics. This leads to the final point, which is how the various media outlets covered Snowden's leaks to the NSA spying on the average American citizens and how I feel about it. Glenn Greenwald, the main journalist, was hit pretty hard by the media. It is safe to say that the media outlets actually became hostile. For example, the New York Times claimed Greenwald was under criminal investigation. Times Magazine started claiming that he wasn't even a reporter but an activist. This is a dangerous accusation because Greenwald has some legal protection for what he did as a journalist, but those protections are gone if he's identified as an activist instead. The way the media reacted shows that if they follow along and do what the government says, then they are considered legitimate. If they fight the government and reveal its corruption like Greenwald did, they are not liable. In fact, they are considered criminal. Thank you for listening.